Hello. All right. We are going to do NF4, pages 2 and 3. So we're going to continue to talk about multiplying fractions, and we're going to do it with some word problems. So get that out and get it ready. All right, here we go. Remember that multiplying fractions, we can do repeated addition, but multiplying fractions is a quicker, more efficient way to do that. So let's look at number 1. It says Oliver stacked 8 pieces of wood on top of one another. If each piece was 2/4 of a foot tall, how tall was his pile? So I'm going to take my 8 pieces, and remember I take that whole number and I put it over 1, and then I'm going to multiply that by the size of each piece, which is 2/4. And when I multiply 8 times 2, I get 16. And when I multiply 4 times 1, or 1 times 4, I get 4. Now, 16/4, is that a proper fraction? Proper fractions have what? Big bottoms. This is not a big bottom. So we need to change that or simplify it. So the question that you ask yourself is, if I were to count by 4s, would I land on 16? And the answer is yes. 4, 8, 12, 16. I counted 4 times. So I'm going to put 4 into 16. I'm going to say it is 4. And so the stack is 4 feet tall. All right. All right, let's look at number 2. Number 2 says a restaurant used 4 pounds of potatoes during the lunch rush. If they used 1/3 as much beef, how many pounds of beef did they use? So I'm going to take my whole number, which is 4, and I'm going to put the 4 over the 1. And I'm going to multiply that times the 1/3 of potatoes that they used. So I'm going to multiply across. 1 times 4 is 4. 3 times 1 is 3. Now, is that a proper fraction? No, proper fractions have what? Big bottoms. This is bigger than a whole. Okay, because its bottom is smaller than the top. So I'm going to ask myself the question, if I count by 3s, do I land on 4? Well, the answer to that is no. So now I have to decide how many 3s are in 4. So I'm going to count by 3s. 3, 6. I can't go to 6. I can only go to 4. So I can only go in 1 time. So I'm going to put my large number 1. Now, how many are left over? Well, there's a difference of 1 between 3 and 4. So I have 1, and I don't change the denominator. I'm not changing the size of the pieces. So I have 1 left over out of 3. 1 and 1/3 pounds. All right. Set up, I'll read problem 3 and you set it up, and then I'm going to show you what I set up and see if you did it correctly. So number 3 says Nancy needs 3/5 of a cup of water for 1 flower. If she had 7 flowers, how many cups would she need? So I'm going to do 7 times 3/5 of a cup. Set it up, and I'm going to set it up, and let's compare answers. All right. Did you have this? Now, if you have your 7 over 1 first and your 3 over 5 second, that's fine. We're matching. But do you have it over a 1? Do you have these fractions? All right, now we're going to multiply. 3 times 7 is 21. 5 times 1 is 5. All right. Is that a proper fraction? Proper fractions have what? Big bottoms. That does not have a big bottom. So I'm going to ask myself the first question. If I count by fives, will I land on 21? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. No, I do not land on 21. So the next question I ask is, how many fives are in 21, even if there's some left over? So I'm going to count 5, 10, 15, 20, and I counted 4 times. Okay, so I'm going to put a big 4. Now, how many are left over? When I counted 4 times, I landed on 20. How much more to 21? 1. So I have 1 left over. And do I change my denominator? Am I changing the size of the pieces? Nope, I leave it there. So my answer is, how many cups of flowers or water would she need? She needs 4 1/5 cups. Okay? All right, let's do the same on number 4. Are you ready? Let's see if you can set it up. A farmer gives each of his horses 1/3 of a salt lick a month. If he has 2 horses, how many salt licks does he use a month? All right, so set it up. All right, compare. Again, it doesn't matter if you have the 2/1 here or the 1/3 here, but do you have a 2/1? And do you have a 1/3, 1/3? All right, now let's multiply. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 1 is 3. Now let's look at that fraction, 2/3. Proper fractions have what? Big bottoms. Oh, that is a big bottom compared to the 2. Can I simplify that anymore? Can I divide the top or the bottom by a number besides 1 to get this into a smaller number? The answer is no. So the farmer goes through 2/3 of a salt lick per month. That's not even a whole salt lick. All right, set up number 5, my friends. Here we go. Ryan has 3 liters of juice. He used 1/3 of the juice. How many liters of juice are left? Okay, Ryan has 3 liters of juice. He used 1/3 of the juice. How many liters of juice are left? Now, this is a tricky one because are we going to multiply on that? Are we trying to find out how much more juice he has? If we multiply, our answer is going to be bigger than 1/3. What are we going to do? Ryan has 3 liters of juice. So he has 3/1. Think about that. 3 liters of juice, and he uses 1/3 of it. How are we going to figure that out? We're going to need to do some subtracting. Okay? We're going to need to use some subtracting on that. Let's see. Well, let me think about this for a second. Times 1/3. 3 and 3. I think I'm seeing this. We actually have to use multiplication and subtraction. First, we have to see how much 1/3 of the juice is. So this one's tricky, my friends. This one almost tricked me. Stick with me here. So I'm going to set it up. 3/1. There's my 3 liters of juice. And I'm going to multiply that times 1/3 because I want to see how much is 1/3 of how much is 1/3 of this total. So my answer is 3 out of 3. Well, 3 out of 3 equals what? If I have a candy bar and I have 3, it's broken into 3 pieces and I eat all 3, how much candy bar did I eat? I ate the whole thing. So 1/3 of the juice is 1. Okay, so if he has 3 liters and he uses 1 liter, how many liters are left? So I'm going to have to take 3, subtract 1, and I get what? 2. So he has 2 liters left. That was a tricky one. That was tricky. Thanks for sticking with me on that one. All right, let's go to number 6. And then I'm going to let you do some of these by yourself to see if you can do them. All right, number 6. Max asked for 5 liters of gas to fill his car at the pump. He used 3/5 of the tank to drive to his friends. How many liters of gas are left in his car? Okay, so this is like we did before. We have to find out how many liters 3/5 is, and then we have to subtract that from the total. So let's look at that. 5/1 times 3/5. Okay, so we're like this. Now let's multiply. 5 times 3 is 15. 1 times 5 is 5. All right, now, is this a proper fraction? Nope, proper fractions have big bottoms. So I'm going to ask myself the first question. If I count by 5s, will I land on 15? 5, 10, 15. How many times did I count? 3. So this equals 3. Now, it says that he has how much? 5 liters. He used 3 liters. So how much is left? So 5 minus 3 is 2. So he has 2 liters left. That was tricky again. Did you guys stick with me? All right. Number 7, Toby has 4 liters of orange juice. He used 2/4 of the orange juice. How many liters of juice does he have left? Another one. All right, here we go. 4/1 times 2/4. All right, here we go. 4 times 2 is 8. 1 times 4 is 4. Now, not a proper fraction. This is improper. So the first question we ask is what? If I count by 4s, do I land on 8? What's the answer? The answer is yes. How many times? 2, 4, 8. So my answer is 2. So Toby has 4 liters of orange juice. He uses 2/4 of it, which is the same as half. So what is half of 4? Well, 4 minus 2 is 2. So 4 minus 2 equals 2. So he has 2 liters left. All right, number 8. John has 3 cups of milk. He gave 2/3 of the milk to his brother. How much milk does he have left? All right, here we go. 3/1 times 2/3. Okay, are you with me? Multiply. 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 3 is 3. What's the question you're going to ask? If I count by threes, do I land on 6? 3, 6. Yes, how many times did I count? 2. So he gave his brother 2/3 of the milk, which is 2 cups. So we're going to take what John had, which was 3. We're going to subtract the 2 that we gave his brother, and we're going to get 1. So he's going to have 1 cup left over. All right, here we go. Number 9. Flowers cost $40. The discount on the flowers today is half off. What will be the actual price of the flowers after the discount? I kind of think you can do that in your head. So if you have 40 and it's discounted half off, what's half of 40? Half of 40 is what? 20. So it's going to cost what? $20. Now I can do that mathematically, but I don't know why we would write it all down if we can just do that one in our head. Half of 40 is 20. We're good. Number 10. We're almost done, my friends. It takes 3/5 of a box of nails to build a birdhouse. If you wanted to build 6 birdhouses, how many boxes of nails would you use? So we're going back to multiplying because we need to figure out 3/5 plus 3/5 plus 3/5 plus 3/5 plus 3/5 plus 3/5, 6 times. Let's multiply. Much easier. 3/5 times 6/1. Okay, let's multiply. 3 times 6 is 18. 5 times 1 is 5. Now, what's that question we ask ourselves? If I count by 5s, will I land on 18? 5, 10, 15, 20. No. So I have to see now how many 5s are in 18. Okay, so I'm going to count. 5, 10, 15. If I go to 20, that's too many, so I've counted 3. So I'm going to put a large 3. I have 3 holes. Now, what is the difference between 15 and 18? 15, 16, 17, 18. 3. So I have 3 left over. And what's my denominator? 5. Not touching the denominator. So I'm going to use 3 3/5 boxes of nails. 3 3/5 boxes of nails. All right, my friends, that video was a little bit long, or this video is a little long, but I worked through all 10 problems with you. Please make sure that you understand those. If you have any questions, ask me at a Zoom meeting. Ask your parents. Make sure that you have this figured out because this is going to come up again. Multiplying fractions. All right, my friends, great job. Thanks for sticking with me. Bye.